Welcome to the video format of the Entrepreneur Lifestyle Podcast. And if you haven't yet, please do subscribe to our podcast using the link below. And now enjoy this interview. Today, I'm here with Theo Olele, who is founder of VL Magazine, which is an entrepreneurial and business magazine for young entrepreneurs. And I think what is amazing about this is he's about actionable advice, not theory. He's about practitioners, not just gurus. Theo, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you so much. It's so good to be here.
Amazing. So can you just share your story in 60 seconds or less with our audience right now?
How I started the magazine.
About your story as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, like my entrepreneurial story is really a very funny one because, I never planned to become an entrepreneur. I always wanted to become a music artist. I wanted to do music at the time. But, I didn't have the resources to actually push my music career. So I needed money to actually, start my music career. So I needed to do a business. So I didn't really know what to do at that time. And I had this friend back in the day that had this magazine company that was really doing well at that time. And he told me how much he was making. I was like, wow, you're making this amount of money from a magazine? And he said, yes. I was like, wow, I have to do a magazine as well. So that was how my entrepreneurship journey started. So at the beginning, if I'm being honest, the motivation was about money at the beginning. It wasn't about passion or love or anything. No, but when I started, I loved it. I grew on the job and I loved it. And funny enough, VL was my first job. Like I've never worked anywhere before. I didn't have any work experience from anywhere. VL was my first, like the first thing I've ever done in my life. So that's how I started. And from there, the passion grew, the love grew. And by August, we'll be 8 years in the business. So it's been amazing.
Amazing. So how does someone go from having an idea of a magazine, because I've never done a magazine, to then actually making it happen, monetizing it? Can you just take us through that journey, maybe of the first year, so those listening can understand how exactly you did that?
Yeah, I tell people something, yeah. When you want to start a brand, like a magazine business, you have to be patient. The first thing you need as a magazine startup is basically you need to have like a team, because you can't do it alone, because teamwork makes the dream work. You get me? So you need to have a team, you have to have a website, you need to have different structures in place. And at that time, there were not like lots of digital magazines at that time. You to actually sell and all that. So my first 3 years for VL, we didn't make money. We're not making money. It was crazy. Like we were just relying on sales to make money. But as I was in the business, I was learning more, improving. I now discovered where the money was or where the money is. And so, yeah, the basic content things is having good content and promoting your work, promoting your business, and also go into collaboration with different companies, because, for the magazine business, where the money is through ads. It's adverts. So you need to write proposals to different companies, tell them that you want them to buy an ad space on your magazine. And, that's how we started making money. And, at the time I signed a distribution deal with a company in New York at some point, and they were helping us doing distribution. And yeah, so that's it pretty much. So basically, for you to be able to monetize your magazine, you need to have a good structure in place. Because if you're writing to a company that you want them to buy an ad space in your magazine, you have to give them value for what they're paying for. So are you structured? Do you have the right structure in place? Do you have the right audience? So it takes building. You have to build your audience. You have to build your family. You have to build your community. You have to build your network. You get me? Before you can even decide to say, okay, you want to start making money. Starting a magazine is not as easy as you think. Especially for someone like me, who started the magazine with like a zero budget. I didn't have money. It was not like I had funding from anywhere, or I took a loan from a bank, or I didn't have any experience. I didn't have any mentor. I didn't have nobody. I just started. It was just an idea. Someone told me, you can do a magazine. And I started the magazine. So I started doing research. That was why my case was pretty difficult. It took me 3 years to start hitting it big and hitting it well. So So you have to have, first of all, have a good structure in place, good social media, and, because people want content at the end of the day. For sales as well, if you want to keep your audience, keep your community, keep your buyers, subscribers, you have to give them good content. What content are you giving them? So you have to put yourself in place, put your company, your brand in place first before you start even thinking of making money. Brilliant. So that's what we did. We built a good audience, built a huge fan base. Then we went to the world and started, meeting these big brands and companies come and advertise on VL. So that's it.
Fantastic. So what was the key thing that you learned now, like almost 8 years on, that you wish you knew back then that would have made this journey easier for you?
I think patience. I think I should be a little more patient because, at the beginning, like I said, I wanted to do music. So I wanted money to push my music career. So for me, it was about money. I wanted to make money. I didn't care. I wanted to make fast money. Like I wanted to be fast. So if I was patient enough to follow the process, to go through the process and actually do proper research about the market, it won't take me 3 years to hit it big. It took me 3 years. At the time, I was frustrated. Sometimes I will even stop. I'll come back again, stop and come back again. So I feel like if I was patient enough and grew in the process and, enjoy the process, it's even better. That is why I always tell young entrepreneurs, when you want to start a business, the first thing you should, the aim of a business, when you're in the university, they'll tell you the aim of any business is to make money. Good. But for me, I tell people this, the aim of a business is not even to make money at the beginning. It's adding value. What value are you adding to your customers, to your clients, to your subscribers, to your fan base, to the people around you? So you need to be able to add value, solve problems before you start thinking of making money. So at that time, I didn't know all these things. I wanted to make money. I didn't care how it came. In my head, I was like, I want to make money. I want to be rich. I want to push my music career. I want to make money and all that. So I think I wish I should have been a little bit more patient and calmer and, done proper research, So yeah, that was like a lesson.
Fantastic. I think that's so true. I think you've got to be able to add that value. And I think a lot of people go into business similar to yourself, like let's make a ton of money. And then they forget that you've got to be able to add value to people first in order to really move it forward. So I think there's a lot of people right now looking to build communities. It's much harder online to just reach customers and expect them to start to buy from you. A lot of it is about trust and building that community. So given that the world is becoming more community orientated, what are some of the things that you've learned in building and growing a really raving fan community that keeps subscribing and keeps learning from your magazine that you could share with our audience? What are some of the tips and tricks that you've learned?
Yeah, like I said, you have to build integrity first of all, and as a brand, because a lot of people are watching. A lot of people are when, for example, when you tell me about you, when I heard about you, I had to do a research about you. I went to search your name online, get me like, I did the research. How good is this guy? What are they doing? What are they up to? So first of all, you need to build integrity. You need to have a brand that is free of, what was the word now? A brand that is free of, I don't know the right word to put, but you need to have a brand that has the right standing because you are dealing with people that want to invest money, that want to put money in your business and all that. So for me, first of all, you have to build integrity and you have, like I said, adding value. What value do you add? What content are you giving them? For magazine, we give content. We have like quality articles. What do you have to offer? Because, for you to buy a book, you need to have something to offer. So for a magazine, for example, your front page has to be dope. Your front cover has to be dope because a lot of people, don't judge a book by its cover, but a lot of people judge a book by the cover. So first of all, you need to have quality content, your materials from the cover to your website, to your social media, everything about your brand should be top notch. That's how you can actually, and it seems that you can actually, build a good community and keep them. Because it's not just by building, it's not by having them, you have to keep them. How do you keep them? Quality, integrity, just quality service for me. For VL, we are big on quality. We are big on, and also one thing as well, originality. Your content has to be original. Your work has to be original. So for us, I would say quality, originality, and integrity. So three tips.
Brilliant. And I think for those listening, if you haven't checked out VL magazine right now, I would seriously recommend checking it out as you're listening to this, because it'll just allow you to really see everything that Theo's saying, but obviously in his format. So his Instagram, checking out the website and seeing everything that they're doing there. I think it's really, really brilliant and truly amazing from a brand perspective to see what to do and to emulate from someone that's really, crushing it online. So Theo, when we look into the journey that you had, right, it took you 2 years until you started to, quote unquote, hit it big in the magazine business. How on earth do you keep yourself motivated and inspired for 2 years when you're really, struggling and you're not hitting what you want? How did you keep yourself inspired? What was it that you did each day that kept you going?
Passion. I was passionate. I was hungry. I was passionate. I was hungry. That's why I tell people something like, if you want to start up a business, you need to have passion. You see a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, they start up a company or a business, and after like 3 months, they stop because there's no passion. So when you have passion for something, it gives you that patience. It gives you that motivation to even do more. Because like I said, at the beginning, I didn't have an idea of what I was getting myself into. I thought it was something that was going to be like an easy thing, like get me, like it was not like that. So when I came on, I saw that it was not as easy as it was. And I ended up loving what I was doing. So you need to have passion, determination, and humility. You have to be humble. You have to be really willing to learn. You have to be willing to understand. Don't say, oh, I know it all, I know it all, I know. But for me, if what drove me was passion. Passion. I'm a very passionate person. And I feel like when you have passion for something, you give your all, you give your best, even when things are not going the way you want it, you just stay there. So I think I was passionate, and I had a dream. I had like a vision that, VL is going to be one of the biggest magazines in the world. So I needed to keep that going. Those were the motivations, because I had magazines that were good at that time that we were like looking at, and I was like, man, these people that had these magazines, they are human beings like me. You get me? Like, they're also humans. They're not robots. They're not animals. They're human beings. And if they can do this, I can do better. And for me, I believe in myself a lot. I told somebody one time, I said, in one interview, I said, I believe I can do anything if I really want to do it. So I was focused. I was determined. I was passionate. I was hungry. I was hungry for success. I was hungry to be relevant. I was hungry to add value to people. And for me, even to now, we are 8 years in the game. I feel like I'm not done anything yet. I feel like there's a lot more to do. VL magazine is now among the top 5 magazines in the world. So I'm not happy. I'm not relaxed. Even if at the end of the day, because the plan is the next 3 years, I want VL to become one of the top 5 business magazine in the world. I know we can do that. Even before 3 years, we can do that. So those are the motivation, those are the hunger. Even if we become the first in the world, that hunger to still be the best is what drives me. These are the motivation, the vibe, the energy I have to keep grinding, keep pushing, and keep doing it.
Amazing.
So for me, I don't sleep. I don't sleep. Like I don't sleep. Like I'm always working. Like I'm always on the go. Like, I work for 24 hours because we have like different clients from different parts of the world, from New Zealand, from Australia. So like different time zones, like America, Canada, like different. I'm always working. Like maybe I will start sleeping when I become a billionaire. So I'm not a billionaire yet, so I can't sleep.
Okay,
so
brilliant.
That's so the motivation to do more, to do better, to add value, and to become more and more successful. That's it.
Brilliant. I love how passionate you are about what you do. And I think if you're not feeling motivated listening to this now, I mean, I think you need to listen to that section again. There's so much passion that you have in your voice and what you're sharing. And I think what is really, really important for those listening to take away is the belief that you have in yourself. And I too have the exact same belief. I genuinely believe that I can do anything if I choose to do it. Like I genuinely have that same belief. And I see it in a lot of entrepreneurs that when you are having those hard times, you look at someone and you say, look, if they can do it, right? They're a human. I can do it too. And I think it's so important, no matter what industry you're in, that you look at someone who's already doing it and think, if they can do it, why can't I? And to go above and beyond and to really have that vision. And it's not just competing, it's really competing with yourself. And I think that's such an important point that you've really, brought home, that I really hope that people listening take on. So one of the things you mentioned is obviously that you work a lot, right? Now, my question is this: how do you manage working and then also managing some sort of lifestyle and also enjoying the journey? How do you manage that as an entrepreneur?
It's quite difficult. It's difficult. It's not easy, to be honest, because like I said, for you to be successful, you have to make sacrifices. You get me? You have to make sacrifices. You have to forgo some pleasures, but I try to actually take some time out for vacations. I take time out to spend with my family. I take time out sometime. I take breaks. I can take like a week or 2 weeks break and travel and just spend time with people that I love. But it's not easy because I'm always working, because I feel like I've not done anything yet. Even if people say, "Oh, you have done so well, you're doing so well, we wish we can be where you are," but I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not number one yet. We're not number one yet. I'm not a billionaire yet. So like, I have to keep working. So for me, balancing it's all about priorities. It's about priorities. What is important? What is important at that particular period of time? And for me, I don't waste my time on things that are not profitable to me. So when I see that this thing is not actually putting food on the table, or it's not making me some dollars, then I don't think about it. The only thing I actually think about more is my family. I spend on my family quite a lot of times, because family is everything at the end of the day. Yes. So I try to balance it up quite well, but it's not easy because I'm always busy. But I try, but it's not easy. But it's about, at the end of the day, it's about knowing what you want and knowing what you want to achieve. You have goals. I have my goals. When I look at my goals sometimes, because I write my goals in the book, and when I look at them, I'm like, I've not done anything yet. I'm sleepy. Like I need to be times 10. You get me? So for me, balancing it up is not easy, but you have to sometimes, because you need to take a break and spend time with your family, and also have a good time sometimes. Go on a vacation, go on a break. Yeah, I think that's of the time, but I have to make sure it doesn't affect my work schedule. I don't joke with my work.
Yeah, most certainly. And I think there's a really profound point in there, which is that 99% of people aren't successful because they don't know what they want. Right. True. And the other 1% aren't successful because they're not willing to sacrifice what needs to be sacrificed in order to make it successful. And what's very clear is that you're clearly a family man, right? Family is important to you, so is vacation. But when you work, you work. And I think that's a really important point to really bring home to people, is to see that understanding there's different stages of your life, and understanding now's the time to focus, is to hone in, is to work, and then also have that separation. I think having those boundaries is super, super important for people. So for someone listening who's thinking, Theo, this is amazing, this is awesome, I want to find out more about VL Magazine and everything that you're up to, where would they go to find out more information about exactly what you do?
Yeah, is it my personal brand or the VL brand?
Us. I want both. They need to check out both, Theo. Tell us both.
Okay, yeah. If you can go to my social media, everything about me on social media, Instagram at Theo Olele, Twitter Theo Olele O. Those are my social media platform. Then LinkedIn Theo Olele. Then for VL Magazine on Instagram, VL Magazine on Twitter, VL Magazine on LinkedIn, and just social media. That's where you can find me, because I'm always working. I'm always there. So yeah.
Fantastic. All right, brilliant. And if there was one last message that you would want to share with our audience today, what would be that last thing that you would want them to remember from this conversation?
Yeah. Basically, for me, I always tell people to believe in you. Always believe in yourself. You don't need anybody to believe in you. That's the truth. You don't need anybody to believe in you, because even if you have to believe in yourself, because even if somebody tells you, "Oh, Ben, I believe in you, I believe in you," if you don't believe in yourself, you cannot make that step. So what I would say to the audience watching right now, believe in yourself, make sacrifices, and be original. Don't copy anybody. Be original. I built VL from scratch, from like a zero budget to a 6-figure company. That is in less than 5 years. I built VL to physical company in less than 5 years. VL is doing so well right now, and we are even in 7 figures now. But in 5 years, we were like a 5-figure, like in a 6-figure company. This is a company I built from scratch. How did I build a company? I believed in myself. I believed in what I can do. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your ambitions. Don't let anybody talk you off your ambition, your dreams. If you believe in anything, do it. If someone like me can build a company from scratch to a 7-figure company, then anybody can do it. But how can you do it? Believe in yourself. So for me, the key is believe in yourself, and whatever you want to do, you can achieve it. Whatever you set yourself to do, you can achieve it. Only if you believe in yourself. So you have to believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is key. Having the confidence, having the right mindset, having the right mentality, believing that no matter how tall the mountain is, you can bring it down. No matter how tall the wall is, you can bring it down. So for me, I'm not scared of challenges. I love pressure. I love being under pressure. I told somebody one time, I love to be under pressure. I want to be under pressure. I love challenge. I love to go on early challenge. So for me, it's the key that if I don't believe in myself, if I don't believe in what we can do as a brand, as a company, I won't be able to achieve all these things. So for me, for everyone watching right now, believe in yourself. That's the key thing. Believe in yourself, do research, and be original. That's it.
Fantastic. That is an absolute phenomenal note to end on. So for those listening, make sure to reach out to Theo, check out the VL magazine, subscribe to all his quality content. I've got no doubt it's going to inspire you just as much as this conversation. And we will see you in the next one. Thank you for listening.